Hi and welcome to Tap Tech. This is the channel where we bring you deep dives and honest reviews on the latest gadgets. It's laptops and tech products, always simple, straight to the point, and without all the fluff. If you enjoy no-nonsense tech content, you're in the right place. The 2025 Zephyrus G14 is finally here. I really wanted to get the white version this time, but it's stuck in delivery hell. I've been using the 2024 G14 almost daily since it launched. It was one of the best laptops of the year. So the big question is, can the 2025 model actually improve on something that was already so good? Or is it just more expensive without giving us anything new? Let's start with the design. First glance, the 2025 model looks very similar to the previous version. There's no big redesign, but that's okay. The body is still full aluminum, and the build quality is outstanding. It's solid, sturdy, and has barely any flex. It's honestly one of the closest things to a MacBook in terms of how well it's built. That's not something I say lightly. The hinge feels a little tighter this year, so that could just be a difference in this specific unit though. The screen does wobble a little if you tap it, but not during normal use. It's stable while typing or gaming. I do wish the hinge opened up a bit more, just to give a little extra range. It's slightly thicker than before, only about 2 millimeters. There's a new bump on the bottom that you can see. Some people were worried it might touch the table's surface, but Asus raised the rubber feet, so the bump doesn't actually make contact with your desk. Smart fix. Weight-wise, it's a bit heavier than last year's G14, but not by much. It still feels light in the hand, and when you hold it, it gives you confidence because of how well it's built. This thing is still one of the most portable and strongest gaming laptops around. Inside, it packs some serious performance. The 2025 G14 comes with AMD's new AIHX 370 processor. This is a high-end chip built for speed and efficiency. It also has NVIDIA's RTX 5080 GPU, which is no joke. It gets 120 watts of power and has 16 gigabytes of ROM. That's more than enough for modern AAA games and heavy productivity tasks. With this CPU and GPU combo, the G14 is now one of the fastest 14-inch gaming laptops available. This machine should easily crush the competition at this size. I've also ordered the cheaper RTX 5070 Ti version, and we'll compare both when it arrives. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to see that test. Now let's go over the ports. The layout hasn't changed much from last year, but both USB-C ports now support charging. That means you can charge the laptop from either side up to 100 watts. That's super convenient, especially if you're traveling or moving around. The ports for video output are a little confusing, but still useful. The right USB-C port connects to the dedicated GPU. The left USB-C port connects to the integrated AMD graphics. The HDMI port also connects to the dedicated GPU. It takes a little time to remember which port does what, but it's nice to have the flexibility. The keyboard is still top-notch. It's one of the best keyboards I've ever used. On any laptop, Asus says the keys are slightly bigger now, but I didn't really notice it. The typing feel is great. It's comfortable for both gaming and long typing sessions. It also has full RGB backlighting. But I wish Asus added PERC eRGB lighting, like you see on Razer laptops. The diagonal/light on the back is still. Here I almost forgot it existed. But it lights up when you get a notification. That's useful when the laptop is asleep. It also just looks cool, even though I miss the full anime matrix display from older models. The trackpad is excellent. It's large, made of glass, and feels super premium. The clicks are firm, and gestures work smoothly. It's one of the best trackpads on any Windows laptop. Still, I wish Asus gave us a haptic trackpad like Apple and Microsoft have. Once you use one of those, you'll understand why I'm asking for it. Let's talk about the display now. This screen is a dream. ASUS went with a 3120 Hz OLED panel. The colors are amazing. The blacks are deep. The contrast is perfect. Once you use OLED, there's no going back. It makes everything, games, movies, even plain websites, look better. The brightness goes up to 500 nits, which means it's usable outdoors. The 3K resolution is sharp, and the 120 Hz refresh rate makes everything feel buttery smooth. Fast-paced games look great. Scrolling is fluid. Even casual browsing feels better. The screen is glossy, but the anti-reflective coating helps cut down on glare. Now for the speakers. They're some of the best speakers I've tested on any Windows laptop. Only the Zephyrus G14 is better. The 2025 G14 supports Dolby surround sound, and you can actually feel the sound coming from around you. It's rare on a laptop. The bass is punchy, and the volume is loud. I never go past 50% volume because it fills the whole room. I use the 2024 G14 for music all the time, and this one sounds just as good. Asus says it's 252% louder, but I don't really hear a huge difference. Still, it sounds fantastic. The webcam and mic are solid. Not studio quality, but more than good enough for calls or meetings. The camera image looks clean. There's no weird face smoothing, which I like. The mic picks up your voice well and doesn't add any strange effects. This laptop runs ASUS's Armoury Crate software. It lets you switch performance modes, tweak fan settings, and even create your own profiles when plugged in. There's also a system overlay that shows CPU and GPU usage while gaming. It's a decent app overall, but it's a little slow and feels heavy sometimes. It also has some annoying limits. Like you can't select turbo or manual mode when running on battery. That's where GHelper comes in. GHelper is an open-source app that replaces Armoury Crate. It's not sponsored. I just genuinely like it. It runs from a single file, doesn't need to be installed, and opens instantly. You can make full custom fan and power profiles. You can even undervolt your CPU to reduce heat and increase battery life. The only thing it's missing is the system overlay. But overall, it's better than Armoury Crate. And yes, GHelper already works perfectly on the 2025 G14. Now let's get into performance. In Cinebench, the AMD HX370 chip does really well. It has 12 cores and crushes most laptop CPUs. It even competes with some desktop chips. That's impressive in a laptop this small. In Geekbench, scores are also strong. In 3D Mark Time the RTX 5080 posts high graphics scores, but the CPU score was a bit lower than I expected. Why is that? It's because the CPU and GPU have to share the system's total power limit. When both are working hard, the GPU gets priority. That's fine, because most games benefit more from GPU power, and you still get excellent performance overall. Gaming on this laptop is great. Every modern game I tested ran well even at 3K resolution. Frame rates were high, and the experience was smooth. But funny enough, the 2023 G14 with the RTX 4090 still scored a bit higher in some tests. ASU seems to be more conservative with power this year, probably to help with heat and battery. With real use like web browsing or typing, expect about 6 to 7 hours. It's still enough for a full school or workday. In the second test, I played Battlefield 1 at the same brightness and refresh rate, but on performance mode. It lasted just over an hour. That's normal for gaming laptops. If you want longer battery life while gaming, you're better off with a handheld device. Heat management is solid. During gaming, the CPU stayed around 90 degrees Celsius. The GPU stayed under 85 degrees Celsius. These numbers are safe and better than the 2024 model. There are no serious heat issues. Asus did a good job tweaking the cooling. Yes, the fans get loud, but not worse than other gaming laptops. During light use, the fans stay silent. With GHelper running, let's talk about upgrade options. Sadly, they're limited. You can upgrade the SSD, you can also change the Wi-Fi card, but that's it. The RAM is soldered. You can't upgrade it later, so choose wisely. The good news is that even the base model comes with 32 gigabytes of RAM now. That should be more than enough for most users. Now the big issue price. The 2025 G14 starts at $3,000. That's already high. But this model with the RTX 5080 costs $3,900. That's very expensive. Yes, the laptop is amazing, but the price makes it hard to recommend. I think a big part of this is NVIDIA's GPU pricing. Asus plans to launch cheaper versions later, like ones with RTX 5070 or 5060. But availability is a problem. I ordered the 5070 Ti version weeks ago, Still haven't received it. I only got the 5080 model because it was in stock at a local store. It's an incredible machine. One of the best compact gaming laptops ever. Great display, amazing speakers, excellent build quality, long battery life, top performance, but it's just too expensive. The 2024 model is nearly identical, and it's almost $2,000 cheaper. That's a huge difference. The biggest competition for the 2025 G14 is actually the 2024 version. If money is no issue and you want the best, go ahead, you won't be disappointed. But if you want the best value, skip this one for now. I'll be doing a full comparison between the 2024 and 2025 G14 soon. So stay tuned for that. Before I go, a huge shout out to my YouTube members, Inky, Soundwife Thomas, Mr. Frosty, Dude, Drop Zone 1, Martine, Snikers, David, Gil, and Felix Nathan. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you want to join the cool Guys Club, get early access to my videos and get a shout out like this one, hit that join button. Thanks for watching. This is Tap Tech, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and happy gaming. For more reviews and tech content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.